Open up the stream and make sure volumes are okay.
Yeah, you got it. Oh, I've got. Wait, hold on. Resubscribe. Why is my Twitch Prime not ready? All right, I got 5 seconds, then I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay, can you say something?
Hello, hello, hello. Is the volume okay?
Perfect.
Alright.
Yep, now I'm muting that stuff so I don't have to hear my voice.
Yep. Alright. We've got GAM versus RC here.
Alright, so we got Yorick and Rel coming out. Did not know that you just got slap played Rel, or that Mercenary Wolf might.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Rel is now flexible, I think.
Is she real in the
any
jungle?
She is. I've been watching a lot of LEC and LP and LCS, not LPL. I
Okay.
don't know if they played it over in Eastern leagues, but Rel's been getting a lot of momentum in the jungle.
Gotcha. I'd have to assume it's who is GAM. I'd assume it's Slapped that plays that, right?
Yes, yeah.
So I don't think it'd be Luke.
Okay.
Mercenary Wolf, but I guess you never know.
No, I mean, so far it's looking like RC doesn't enjoy engage comps or being engaged upon. Just with the Rel and the Amumu bans and the Zac, so.
Fair enough. Then GAM bans Yorick and Diana and Kaisa. I think that RC's top laner, but it's not Riley, I think.
Correct.
If I recall, he's pretty big fan of the Yorick, so that makes sense.
Okay.
This is one of the best parts about having Luke on your team here. You go, hey, we need something to first pick. Which one of your fighters do you want to play?
Yeah, and I mean, Jarvan, he's great. He can gank early, gank middle, gank late, gank often.
He is definitely not bad at doing any of that.
And I was looking at our running it down, the issue that isn't out yet, and both of us actually predicted GAM to come out on top on this series.
Okay.
So after the draft, I guess we can see how comfortable we feel about our pre-draft predictions.
Yeah. Okay, Ezreal and Sedge. Sedge is pretty good. Ezreal I'm kind of on the fence about as a champion, but it makes sense to pick him into Jarvan.
Yeah, getting stuck in the Cataclysm is not very fun. I mean, having Flash and E at the ready would be nice. With Sejuani, I mean, you expect to have at least melee support or mid lane, and definitely, obviously, melee top, just to get the procs going on her passive. Then Zaya coming in for Donovan and Rakan. This was a 1 special last season.
Yes, it was.
It's farm to late, team fight, team fight, team fight. So I think it works out quite nicely.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I don't know. I like Thresh here. I mean, in case someone does get caught out in the Jarvan ult that isn't Ezreal or Sejuani, toss him the lantern and free ride home.
I'm having some issues with my mic. It's picking up my computer fans, so I'm trying to fix that quick.
Oh. So I can't hear any of your computer fans on my end.
Right, in Discord.
Okay. Alright, so we got Syndra ban. Alright, Zed ban, Lissandra being hovered. I've played against 3 Lissandras today, so I don't know if she got buffed. I didn't think she did, but she's a very high presence on the Rift, it seems like. I'm wondering if GAM is going to ban Vex because Trooper had an insane game on her last week. But it looks like the Rumble ban for not Riley, or it could also be Trooper. Rumble's good flex pick right now. RC going with a pick. Shen top lane, trying to get the counter pick for mid lane. As a mid laner, I enjoy it. I mean, I know you're a top laner, Zesty. So I'm not sure if you prefer the counter pick or if you're just going to go in blind.
Against this team, it's a really good takeaway from Pichiku, so it's always solid.
Yeah.
It's always solid.
Swain getting locked in. I mean, I guess for millions, I don't. I mean, I guess for millions, I haven't seen him play much in the beer league. I mean, Swain's a very easy champion to pilot. That's mainly why I play him. And he's just great for team fighting. So it fits the GAM team comp perfectly. Big fan of it. Mordekaiser coming out, able to block the Shen ult, I believe. That could play big upset right there. Last pick Vigar coming in for RC. Really annoys the Swain right there. And the Jarvan. Just because the little baby cage that can come out. Once Swain ults, you just run away from a little bit and Swain ult goes down and he's a lot less powerful. Alright, so we do have a few people spectating this game. I don't know if anyone feels like giving any predictions in chat or not. GAM or RC. I've been looking at the drafts. They both really just want a team fight. They both really just want a team fight. Mordekaiser maybe more so wants to split. Mordekaiser maybe more so wants to. I think both have good team fighting options.
Yep.
All right, so Zesty, before this whole draft went down, before we knew anything about, what might be played, what might be banned, you and I both said GAM wins this series.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still sticking with that after this draft?
This draft, yeah, I feel like GAM has the better draft in game one here. It's kind of group, big team fight. I mean, Swain loves to be in there. There's not, I mean, RC has 3 members who have to kind of be up in their faces, so Swain, I think, is going to get a lot of value. Xayah can negate a Vigar R or whatever, any sort of Sejuani dive attempt. And then Jarvan puts a lot of threat on their back line, whatever, front line. Locks someone in, then they can wail on them. Then you got Mordekaiser able to just pull one of them out of the fight. And I believe that matchup is pretty good for him top lane, so.
Okay. I will give you the benefit of the doubt for the top lane matchup. I don't play top lane consistently enough. It's an island, except whenever you play top, because then you just get ganks going toward your lane. I might have to agree. I mean, you just got slapped in Donovan. I mean, they've been playing together for, I think this is at least their third season together that I know of. And I think whenever you bring in Mercenary Wolf, Luke, just on an easy to pilot champ like Jarvan, as long as you're landing an EQ, that's easy follow up for Rakan with an EW. And Zai can just unleash some feathers and just really get some lockdown. So I do think that their team comp is pretty easy to play out, and the damage is going to be a lot more consistent. I don't know. I'm hoping for a great series. I'm hoping for a 1-1, just because I think these two teams are pretty well. They match up pretty nicely. Like their top lane's pretty even. Jungle, RC does have the advantage. Mid lane, I think that's actually going to be a really fun matchup. Granted, they're both on Vigar and Swain, so it's not going to be too much battling going on.
Right.
But the one thing is that the only person that can help proc the Sejuani passive is Shen.
Mm-hmm.
Because Thresh is he's a ranged champion.
True.
Oh. There's actually only 4 melee champs this game. So I believe Rakan's technically
Is Rakan
ranged, but
ranged?
yeah.
Alright, I'm going to take this 2 minutes and 30 seconds to readjust where my mic is. And
Go for it.
I'll be back.
Alright. I will try to keep the people entertained. But there are no promises, considering no one's even talking in chat. Yeah, I believe both these teams went. Oh wait, no, GAM lost last week. I believe 0-2 to APS. RC lost to IQ Dead Zone, who's definitely like I think one of the top teams in the beer league this season. So I mean, if you're losing to the best team, that's all right, especially week 1 before you get your feet under you. So I don't know. I'm expecting big things this week. Trooper, he really popped off last week with a few triple kills on his Vex. Vigar is definitely a different champion. A lot less follow up possible, but definitely a great disengage. Or hey, I'm gonna cage you, so you have to stay in here for 2.5 seconds. And in that time, I mean, he's just gonna drop W's, Q's, and Ezra's gonna throw some Q's in there. But I'm not sure if that damage is going to be enough, just the little poke damage, to get him knocked down. It's about 45 seconds. I will let everyone just get their minds ready for this upcoming game. If you are watching, try and let us know who you think's going to win. Maybe give us a why. All right, and we're getting ready for the game. Hopefully we'll be able to get some nice scenery change before it's too late. So Zesty, if you could hear me. Alright, RV says Chef Biscuit because they got a whole bunch of CC. You guys can't see anything right now. It looks like both teams are just gonna go for a nice Little 5-point start. You know, they're both kind of scaly teams. I think if they wanted to, GAM could definitely just go all in off the start because Swain is. He should be starting E, which he does. Alright, and I believe Zesty Queso is back.
I am here.
Alright, so we got one person in chat saying, yep, gonna be an RC victory because of the CC that they provide. And
Okay.
I mean, CC does win a lot of games.
True.
And Zesty, before this game gets too far in, should I, did you post that we are starting?
I did not.
Okay, let me go to the league chat.
I'm gonna have to figure something out for next time, but I had to do some on-the-spot soundproofing. For some reason, my fans on my PC were being pretty loud.
That's okay. The average rank of all the players, Chef, I can get that in one moment. I believe on both
it's
teams,
pretty like low plat.
yeah, I'd say plat to gold for the most part.
I guess now with the addition of emerald, maybe it's middle plat.
Yeah, I mean, so I played my first 2 provisional rank games today. I got started in gold 1. I hit plat 4 after 1 game, or 2 games technically. So I mean, I think everyone and I finished last split in plat. So I think everyone's going to be bumped up 1 for sure.
Gotcha.
Or that's at least my expectation. Yeah, right now, I mean, RC's getting some good trades down in the bot lane. Scoobs, he's a great ADC, and I believe Alo, I'm not sure if he was the support last season or not, but like, I think they played really well together. I remember playing against Scoobs last season, always just banding his Kog'Maw toward the playoffs and end of split.
Right.
He's just a beast on it.
Yep. Oh, delay.
Yeah, I did a little pause and then it started right back up.
Should be good. Nothing too crazy happening quite yet.
Although now we got the Swain, the Swain roam.
Very early
Which,
one.
as a Swain player, I don't think I've ever roamed level 3, and maybe that's just something on me.
Another pause.
Another pause,
Yeah.
mini one. One thing that may have thrown off though was just RC did have a river ward, so they were able to back up. I think Vermilion did gank though, just because he saw that his team was getting pushed in. But J4 comes in with the gank.
Oh, he steps into the cage. Unfortunate.
Yeah, he does get the Vigar flash though, so that if he learned anything from Pyroan last year, the second you get a flash blown, go back to that lane.
Just camp it.
Yeah. I mean, especially like with the Swain, as long as you can combo up the EQ from the drive room with just the claw from Swain, that Vigar, like Spider-Man, is going nowhere.
So far, Mordekaiser's got a pretty decent CS lead up here.
Yeah. That creeped up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of harassing Shen under tower, and it is quite hard to farm with Shen under tower.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have any tools to help him.
No,
Little extra damage on his Q.
Right, especially this early without even having the Tiamat. It's just gonna be a little trouble.
Yeah, you need Tiamat or Bombies, one of the two.
I forgot about that item.
Yeah. Sejuani's top side, Jarvan's hovering on the bottom side of mid here. Oh.
There you go. He may have learned something from Pyroan. So Vermilion actually burns his flash to get the E. Unfortunately, it does miss. Sejuani could be cracking up here to catch him out mid, but we're still watching bot lane. Forces the flash from Alo. Sejuani hits her E passive. Nothing to come from.
Nothing happens.
Luke
Very surprising.
almost goes down.
Yeah, a lot of low health bars, but no deaths in this game quite yet.
No. So I think on that play mid, just looking at it from what happened with me so much last season, is I like to be the one that after the gank happens and after that CC hits, then I do my part.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just so much easier to land. Now granted, so is the J4 EQ.
Right.
If the target is stuck there, but I don't know. I mean, both mid laners at 31 CS right now, so it's pretty even. Both don't have flash. But I am glad that Luke, Mercenary Wolf, has been pretty active this game.
Yeah. Yep. Moving around the map, ganking everywhere.
Mm-hmm. I think he's a few camps down, but that's all right. Like, he's doing his job.
Yep.
Burning a flash or two.
That Sejuani's been there, you know, one for the counter, so doing a good job being present while still building up a good farm lead.
Right, and I mean, GAM has some vision on her on the Gromp right now, and they do know that she's moving down toward their bot lane. So they should be trying to hope that this pushes into them.
Yep. This is a spot where it's rough for the Shen because, I mean, the wave's kind of just stuck out there, and if he walks up, he gets more ulted and probably just dies.
Right. And the worst part is that his jungle is at the bottom.
Yeah, I can't really help him.
No.
Looks like Shen had some fancy feet there. Doing good damage to this Mordekaiser. That trade.
Got a few grass procs off. I'm trying to count. I don't know if I can actually see how many at the moment, but
He's gotten 6 grass procs.
Oh, good
nice
hook by Ayla.
Smart
Not
to
gonna
not
take
go
it.
in on it actually because Darvin was there. I'm surprised he didn't go in on it.
I know. I definitely would have taken it. Although there was a big minion wave there. So, I mean, in hindsight, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Mordekaiser pops the ult, tries to get the Swain, or the Shen,
Flash
sorry.
is interesting. Definitely didn't have to. He wins that if him and Sejuani start scrapping there. Very unfortunate time to try to gank. Right as Mordekaiser pulls Shen in and hits the R. Sejuani's just kind of there rooting him on from the outside.
Just twiddling her thumbs.
Yeah, not much you can do.
No. And I think... Sorry, you go.
No, nothing. Go for it.
Oh, mine was very, very not much going on there. I was just saying, I think Mordekaiser may have flashed just because initially he may have thought, oh, shoot, Sejuani's share, she might be level 6, so I want to get out from under turret in case I do have any aggro.
Yeah. Good thing you took what you were gonna say there. I probably shouldn't have said what I was gonna say.
No, that's why the beer league loves you as a caster, though.
Right,
so
I'd be saying some
Donovan,
interesting things. Looks like we had a pause.
yeah, we got a little something going on. I'm stuck at 9 minutes.
Same.
All right,
I'll
so
just let it work
Donovan,
itself out.
yeah, playing from Europe. He did DC for a little bit. I think he's back now. Sejuani, she's starting her up with the Herald.
Yep.
That's the game state. I don't know. It's a very even game. 400 gold difference. We're back in it right now.
Chum with a good taunt there.
Yeah, right inside turret range too. That's chef's kiss right there.
Yep. It's always scary when you're playing around the turret of a Shen. Well, you just could just taunt it under and there's not much you can do. The fun play is on Shen to flash past them and then taunt back towards the turret. So that you drag them really far under and then they're boned at that point.
Oh wow. See, these are the things I never have to worry about mid lane.
True.
Because in my many seasons of playing mid, I think I've seen a Shen mid once or else 0 times.
Fair enough.
and I'm very happy about that because
Yep.
he's just a champion that soaks up damage, and tanks are wonderful because they can soak up damage and deal a whole lot of damage for no reason as well.
Yeah, Shen's burst is really good with his Q. If he gets
Yeah.
that dragged through you, he's gonna do some damage for sure.
All right, so as we were talking, Sejuani did pick up the Rift Herald. So where do you want her dropped at? Bot lane, mid lane, anywhere but top
Definitely
lane?
not top, yeah. Probably mid lane. I think one of your biggest win condition is probably this Vigar this game.
Right, and I mean, right as you say that, you know, she hits the ult, the follow up, double kill for Vigar.
Right.
That's massive.
There's no better time to drop the Herald than right now there as well. Big old injection of gold to the Vigar.
Yeah, he'll finish up his Everfrost.
Oh, Zaya living with 1 health.
With 1 health, the Thresh with the execute.
Alright, somebody's pinging the crap out of his flash right now, and I know it. Fast reset, he says in all chat. You wouldn't get it? Good job, Al. We love you.
It makes sense. Huge CS gap in the top lane.
Yeah, it's
93
really
to 43.
open now.
Yeah. I mean, the neat thing about Shen is he doesn't need CS, he just needs an ult.
That is true. His ult is still very impactful, whether he's got items or not.
Alright, so Vigar going with the Crown of Shattered Queen. It's not a bad item.
I don't think it's the item
but
for
I
this
feel
game.
right, not for this game. With Swain just being able to press Q and just knock it off, like
Right.
not necessarily.
There's
I would
that,
like
and
to
it's
see an
I feel like
Everfrost.
Crown is anti-assassin, right? You're anti getting one shot,
Right.
and they don't really have that. The only person who's really gonna get onto him is Jarvan, and he's not one-shotting them.
No.
Not with
Whether
this
it's
build.
Jarvan or Rakan, but like, yeah. I mean, if they do that, that's when you just pull out the Everfrost. Say, hey, look, you can't move. So like right here, you Everfrost as well. Pop the ult. You just got slapped as dead.
Yeah, I think Everfrost would be quite impactful in this one.
And both of them also give you bonus AP for completing another legendary item. The only thing you're missing out from the Everfrost is some movement speed, but I mean, Vigar, he's got short legs. He's not moving anywhere anytime soon anyway.
Yeah. Oh, we got a little collapse here. GAM's bot lane's able to move first.
Yeah, I mean, we have
Around the
drag.
dragon.
Drag up in 10. Vigar Cage should be dropping soon, right around the clock. Whoa. Alright, there's the drop with the threshold. Sejuani Glacial Prism. Sorry, Swain. Had to do it to you.
Oh.
Jarvan just lives with the sliver of HP. Flash coming out from Scoops to get the kill, and he does
Very
confirm it.
aggressive, but rewarded.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Donovan
Saya
should be
stuff.
going down here.
Oh, and they wipe them all. That's
Triple kill. For
Very
Scoops.
nice for RC there. They started out being... I'm pretty sure they... Did somebody on their team get picked right off the start of that, or no? I can't remember.
I don't think... oh, Thresh did fall.
Okay.
Right at the start of that, yeah. With the
And they still-
J4 Cataclysm.
They found a way to turn it around?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot was used to get the Thresh unalived.
Yep.
So, I mean, once that does happen, and you still have the Sejuani Glacial Prism, the Vigar Baby Cage, it's just a lot of great follow-up. And if you do have Ezreal willing to risk the flash...
Yeah, he flashed forward and sent it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few LCS players E forward into bushes before, and it kind of cost them a series, but...
Yeah.
You know, this is the beer league. We like to take chances, and it makes stuff happen.
What I'm very surprised about is there wasn't a Shen ulti in that fight. I mean, if I'm
Yeah.
Shen, I'm ripping it. I want out of the top lane anyway. So if I can find a good excuse to go help my team somewhere, you know I'm using it. But
Right. Because a mini thing out of like a Shen alt is, hey, look, I just got an assist. I just got 2 assists. Like, I
Right.
got more gold from there than from farming this game.
right, he's not he's not really being allowed to touch the wave whatsoever.
No, and that's where you need the Sejuani to be like, hey, buddy, I'm on my way. We're gonna push this under turret, and then you can become a champion.
I mean, at this point, it's rough. Sejuani shows up, one of them's dead anyway. Mordekaiser's just kind of like that.
That is true.
Once he gets ahead in the bank account, there's not much you can do against him.
Mm-hmm.
And he is quite far ahead. Not
I
necessarily
mean,
ahead of
if
the
you
game.
consider 2,000 gold quite far ahead, then yeah, I'll agree with
I'd
that.
say so.
Yeah.
Although, you know, you got Vigar who's 1,800 ahead on the other team, Sejuani who's 1,400 ahead. Asriel's up almost 3k, 2.6. That's pretty huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun game. One thing that I would really love to see, hold on, we get a nice flash alt. Beautiful hook from Al.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness gracious. Shen
Yeah,
alt coming in. Here we go.
Rakan ulti was really good to begin with, and then Al just kind of shut it down by hooking the Xayah, and they win the fight.
Yeah. So one thing I was about to say right before that whole fight went down. One thing I'd like to see more in Beer League, outside of games that I'm playing mid lane, is supports just roaming more. Because I feel like that's something that can really just mess up a laner's lane.
Right.
Like, if you're mid or top, you're like, yeah, there's no way support's coming here after their first base. Like,
Was.
why would they do that?
Yeah, it's definitely something you can do. Like, if you're Thresh in this situation, Asriel is perfectly fine farming on his own.
Right. And I mean, I think at this stage of the game, like, Xayah should be able to see us as well.
Okay.
We'll going down.
got
Swain,
the
he
Shen.
should live forever. Or die 5 seconds later. Mordekaiser's now stuck in the middle of nobody. Al with a slight miss on the hook, but he gets the flay
I'm surprised there was no shutdown on that Mord.
just from CSing alone.
Yeah, I mean, usually you get Shen has a shutdown. Lamau, good game, Riot. He's down 1,800. Let's give him a shutdown.
Yeah, and this is the part where whenever you're playing the game as Shen and you die on your next trip to Mordekaiser land, you're like, why did I even have a shutdown on me?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the problem there. I don't know if it was a misclick or just poor target selection for the Mordekaiser, but I believe he should have ulted, like, Vigar, or somebody not Shen. At this point, taking Shen out of the fight isn't impacting it much.
Right.
Plus, Shen was able to live inside of the ult. Those other champions, I don't think they're living.
No. One thing about Vigar, he is going for a nice little cap of death for his next item.
Always great on Vigar.
Yeah. We'll see. They can't stop the Herald push onto the tier 1 mid turret, but
Shelly
that's
gets
a
one hit.
I believe that
Where's-
one's Harry. Harry or Herald. Yeah, so the first Rift Herald is Shelly.
Yeah, okay.
The second
Shelly
one
and
is
Harry?
Herald or Harry, yeah.
Okay, I see.
Alright, you just got slapped going in with a little knock-up. Donovan has to use the Feather Storm. He pulls it back, but it's not in time. The Scoops takes him down. But we got our big boy Swain Vermilion in the middle with the Shen ult coming out. It's too much. Drops him.
At this point, the damage dealers of RC just too far ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it here, but it's going to be really tough for GAM to get back into it.
Right.
Really tough.
I think the only way that they really can get back into it is with just some picks. But I think at this point, RC's playing enough team fighting where it's going to be way too difficult to get a pick on anybody.
Right. I think I attribute a lot of the success for RC this game so far to just Alan being like where Jarvan's gonna be. His counter ganking I think has been like very good this game.
Yeah.
Got Vygar that double kill off of a counter gank, kind of got him rolling, and then the counter engage play just above Dragon Pit to get Ezreal that triple kill as well. So.
Right. Yeah, I
Good
mean once RC got rolling, they just haven't stopped yet.
Yeah.
Like they're at an 8,000 gold lead right now, 20 minutes into the game. And I think all their players know the game well enough to be like, all right, guys, we have to play as a team, push as a team. Like, we have the lead, so we can take fights. They do have some deep vision in the bottom half, you know, getting vision on the Krug area. Vygar's 1v1ing the Rakan right now.
Yeah, Rakan tried to get a little engage on there. Mordekaiser's unfortunately going to find himself in a 1v3, and once again takes in Shen, who I don't think he's going to kill in time.
I don't think so, but he got him amazingly low. Does force the flash.
Wow, Vygar turns that. I mean, that's once again Alan being there.
Right.
Vygar was in that fight, and Alan showed up and they turned it around. Vygar another kill.
One thing to note, though, is both with the top and mid lane turrets falling, those are some nice bounties going down in favor of GAM. The Shen up does come perfectly. As soon as he recalled off that Mordekaiser fight, full HP coming in.
Yeah. GAM just not really with the damage there to take anybody down.
No.
Now every fight from here on out is going to be a hit you with the bank account type situation.
Right. I think like when we just look at RC's items compared to GAM's,
oh yeah,
everyone other than top lane is at 2 items.
Right.
Or 2.5 items, and it's
Right.
just like you can't really compete with that whenever you're only at 1.5.
The ADC is a 5k gold diff alone, so.
Yeah, and I mean once Ezreal does get ahead, he can just chuck E's and chunk you down.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be annoying. You just got slapped. Yeah. may have picked up that blue buff. I'm not sure.
It looks like it might have been sitting from when RC stole it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Who stole it though? Oh, Ezreal. Did he snipe you with a Q? He might have.
Oh, okay.
Tragic. Yeah.
Ezreal's
definitely one of the ADCs where like when he gets ahead, he just pumps out so much damage. And from a very safe range. Hard to do anything to him.
Right. And like whenever you're playing and you just do like one trade, like one real quick one, you might not think it's that much damage. But you know, whenever we look at the damage charts after this game, it's going to be ridiculous. But here we go. GAM's trying to get a fight up and going. Lots of flashes committed. One from Thresh, one from Ezreal. You know.
Yeah, Alan getting low, Scoop's getting low as well, but looks like they're just gonna squeak out and get away. Vygar's still on the backside of this.
On the backside, has the cage up, doesn't have the outplay button, unfortunately. Mordekaiser getting caught.
Find himself in the middle of a situation he doesn't want to be in.
Yeah.
Xayah with a really good Featherstorm and Root.
Unfortunately, no one there to help her out. Mercenary Wolf.
She goes down.
Yeah.
Just convert this into a Baron.
Yeah. Should be a nice, easy Baron. Followed up by quick recalls into Dragon.
I mean, I think GAM played the start of that fight really well, and they were definitely winning the health battle, even down as much as they are, which is a good sign just from micro in the team fight situation. But
Right.
at
I
this
think
point,
they.
it's very hard to win a team fight.
And I mean, they took the fight to RC, which is something that I think that they had to do. You know, the Rakan popped their Shelios, popped the quickness, popped the ult, and everything. It's just unfortunate. One on Swain, I think at this point in the game, knowing that you are down, just having a stopwatch, even if it's not the completed Zonius, I think would be really helpful. Just because usually the Swain will get in medium range, as we see him go down right now. Just being able to pop the ult and use the sustain just from being untargetable. The con goes in, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get any damage done here.
Ooh, that's fun. One of my mouse buttons just happens to be set up for the hotkey that shows you Fog of War for each team.
Oh. Very nice.
Convenient.
Yeah. I would say which button it is, but I actually forget those ones.
Looks like it's V.
V? Okay.
Put it on a different monitor and clicked it to see what
Oh, okay.
key I had it set to.
Yeah, so at this point, I think it's going to be really difficult
Yeah, I
to
mean,
fight
the only
back.
thing you can really do is 5-man bushwhack and hope to catch someone out. At this point, they're gonna need like 3-4 shutdowns to even be talking about coming back.
Right.
It's not like they have a like soul steal situation. They only have one dragon. But maybe they can get a pick towards the end of this, or have one good team fight just to maybe boost the morale going into the next one.
Yeah. Jarvan goes in, followed up by the Swain. And they do... Shen with an amazing ult to keep Thresh alive. Donovan, you just got slapped, both go down.
We might get a Vigar Penta.
Triple kill for Vigar so far.
It's quad.
Quadra kill. Will they move in for it? I think you have to. Yeah, it's game one. Luke,
Jarvan's not there though. He's top lane.
He's a pretty smart jungler, you know. Get that top wave, push out, shut down going over Mordekaiser. It's a whole lot of gold. That's what 450 gold. Yeah.
Baited by team chances. Unfortunate.
Alright, the quickness goes in for Rakan. Nice little knock up. Vigar, he's fishing in a barrel.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the outplay
people
button.
Just sitting in your cage, it's like, oh, now who don't want to hit, and it's hard to miss.
See, that's where you're wrong there. Oh, we get the outplay button, followed by.
Played mid laners, alive, you know.
All right.
Really
so
good
that was
performance for RC. I mean, just across the board.
Yeah.
Shen may have like miserably lost lane, but at that point he did what he had to. He didn't feed 5 kills over to the Mord. He used his ults to be effective. So.
Yeah. And I mean, they had 3 players go deathless in that game.
Yeah.
So that does help. One thing that I wish Vigar would have gone is just opted for a Darksteel potentially. Just a little bit earlier in the game. Because, I mean, you know that you're going to be a safe guy. Update that into a Mage Eyes and just start reading that book with your nice little fancy hat. You know?
Right. That's going to be game 1 going over to RC. GAM definitely has the tools to make this a 1-1 though, so we'll see if they can figure it out. I don't think they went wrong in draft or anything. I think their draft was really solid. Like I said, they were just tracking that Jarvan really well, and Sedge was there to counter gank pretty much everything he wanted to look at. And then RC played well with the lead.
Yeah, I mean, the early game, like the first, I want to say 5-6 minutes before like the first dragon or anything went down, it was an even game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just once the plays started to start going in GAM, I don't know what went down or if it was just great reads by RC and just being in the right spot at the right time.
Right.
You know, by both junglers, you know.
Mm-hmm. We can take a look at some stats from last game quick if you want. We got Vigar topping the damage charts to no surprise, going 13-0-10. What a KDA. Sejuani, really good KP, 18 assists. Thresh had some really impactful hooks. Also put a highlight out there of him flashing and dying to turrets though. So you always love that.
Yeah, I mean, the turrets, they surprisingly do a whole lot of damage that I'm not always ready for.
Yeah. They can definitely ramp, and in the early game they do more than more than what you think.
Right. And I mean, Aloe, he even died to the turrets, but he's like, you know what? I'm so cool. I'm gonna die whenever you guys don't even touch me. So it's
Yeah, he must have just walked up a little early with the first melee minion, and I've done that. It looks like I'm like, surely this minion's ahead of me.
right.
And then you end up drawing tower aggro, and it's like, well, that's not so fun.
Yeah, it can really throw you off and just ruin like your whole turret plate push.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, I always get in the situation where it's like, oh, you get targeted and then you try to drop aggro, walk out, but you don't walk out far enough, so then you end up beating 2 turret shots.
Right.
It's a great time.
But I mean, as Aloe said in the all chat, he was just looking for a quick back.
Mm-hmm.
And he did get that, so
you gotta look for
I can't
fast
fault him
back
for
opportunities every once in a while.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's kind of like a cheater recall.
Yeah. Basically the same thing. Alright, we got RC banning Rel again. I assume RC's going to kind of just come back with the same bans. After you win, it kind of feels like, okay, maybe those bans were what we should ban, and you don't really switch anything up a lot of the time.
Right. Especially with how commanding that game felt.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why are we going to change up anything round 1 at least?
Right.
Now, phase 2, depending on what game does select to play, could see some different bans coming in for them in round 2.
Oh, we got a appearance here of Finn on stream. This is the Archlector's parents' dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
He's a little cutie.
Well, welcome, Finn, to the Beer League. I'm sure Finn has had many appearances on the Beer League. At least I want to say I've seen Finn once or twice before, maybe.
Really? I can't recall.
Oh, then I'm just lying.
I think you're lying, but you
know, although
it's
not a lie because in my memory I remember it. So
to you, it's not a lie, which is
cool.
That's cool. That's cool. GAM's gonna ban out that Ezreal, deciding maybe he's good at the champion or it's a little too safe.
Right. So the Ezreal instead of the Kaisa, but we do see the Seraphine coming out instead of the Amumu.
Okay. Yep. I am interested in why that's where they went with it. I don't feel like I've really ever seen Ben play Seraphine. Maybe a couple times, or you just got slapped. So
right.
Well, okay, I see. They were playing. Okay, this is a big Prio Amumu game, so they were gonna first pick Amumu.
Okay.
If it was left open.
Gotcha. No, I mean, and I think that makes sense. You know, like if you know that Amumu is a priority, you don't always want to ban it red side too.
Right.
But yeah, Kai'Sa getting locked in first. I'm not sure if Trooper plays it.
That feels like the new premier ADC pick for this Spear League season to me. Like I
still love her mid.
Okay. Yeah,
mid she's still so much fun.
But
yeah,
definitely could.
Right. I mean, anyone can go static shiv on her. It's super great wave clear.
Mm.
I do like her paired with Nautilus, so that getting removed kind
Mm.
of does stink just because it such easy stacks on your passive and just
Right.
chuck a W at it.
There are a ton of CC style supports though, and
Right.
I'm gonna go it. I'm betting the house on RC picking up Blitzcrank in one of these next two bands. It's one of Al's favorites from forever, and it's available. And I feel like it'd probably be good with Kaisa. I don't really play bot lane.
Okay. I like Blitzcrank a lot whenever I'm playing Kaisa ADC,
Okay.
just because once you do get the pull and the E, that's 2 stacks. W,
Yeah.
boom. But we'll see. I mean, another Jarvan. So here you still might go with the Thresh as support.
Okay.
Um, so
You
then
are correct.
Kaisa could still get out of the J4 alt just by one auto attack and then alting away.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this is just you got to save one whole ultimate ability.
Yep. I guess it's kind of it was a toss up about 50-50 if Al was
Mm-hmm.
gonna play Thresh or Blitz. Those
Yeah,
are two very favorites
they're
of
both
his.
hook
So.
champs,
Right.
and I love the Maokai choice. More CC, long range CC as well. So if it does hit a target off map, Kaisa can still ult right to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very long range engage. For sure, with that alt. I wonder. I mean, potentially it could go top. I feel like it's more of a jungle pick nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
you never know. You never know. Would
No,
assume
and
GAM.
ooh,
Tristana. Okay.
I feel like this could be a Ben pick as well.
Yeah. Definitely could be flexed, I would say.
Yeah, and that's what I do like about the current meta
Mm-hmm.
is just Tristana and Kai'Sa can be played multiple. I mean, Tristana can also go top lane. I don't
Right.
know if she will in this matchup. Um, yeah, just I'm a big fan of flex picks
Mm-hmm.
just because it makes the game so much like I know whenever you cast our games last season, you're like, what is going on? And like those are
Yeah.
the moments that I love. Just to be like, what is going on? Like who's going where?
Yeah. You get through whole draft and it's like, well, I might know where one person's going. Nautilus
Right.
Jungle's popular, so who knows?
That is true. I mean, currently I think we know where at least Nautilus, J4, Thresh, and Maokai are going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we are getting the Zed Vygar bans on the game side, and RC's banning out Syndra and Lissandra. So it's seeming like neither of them think Tristana or Kai'Sa will go mid.
Mm-hmm. I would be a big fan of Trooper picking up Luxior. He likes the champion. I think the champion's just straight busted, but
Mm-hmm.
not everybody shares that opinion.
I mean, her hitbox is definitely the. It's definitely not broken. You know, I've
Right.
never seen it hit two people that are standing
A mile
3 teams away
apart.
from one another.
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot that the official unit of measurement in League of Legends is Teemos.
Oh yeah. Alright, we got a Mundo coming out for RC top lane. Mundo, how can you not love him? You know, he thinks he's a doctor,
He does.
but surprisingly he's not.
Mundo is a
And
great doctor.
this
Patients never come back.
that is true. That's the kind of doctor most people should look for. And here we'll find out
0 second
what's going
pick. Maybe something
on. Vez.
Vex? Vez?
Vex.
Vex maybe?
Vex. It's got to be Vex, yeah.
Okay, it wasn't showing me. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Kaisa to ADC and Trooper had a fantastic game on Vex last week, racking up 2 triple kills on his roams.
I did
Uh,
get to watch that one. There were some pretty big plays made by him.
yeah. And then Vermilion locking in everyone's favorite mid lane champion, Anivia. Just wave clear for days,
absolutely
zoning for
hate playing
days.
against that champion. Especially when like my entire champ pool is like bruisers, fighters. Like, oh my god. It's very tilting to
Yeah.
play against.
It's not fun. It does add another wall as well. So we got 2 walls for Team GAM.
Yeah, she's got CC that
Um,
like Mundo doesn't block, you know, like slows and he can't just walk through that wall. So
right. So it's not going to be Doctors Without Borders for Mundo.
no.
It's definitely going to be a lot of stoppage here.
It's gonna be very difficult for RC to team fight, I would think, this game. Just because they want to kind of engage, and GAM's just got a Nivea, which might be the best zone control champion in the game.
Right. And I think this game, it should come down to picks. Because I do think RC with the Mundo, like, he can still split. He'll be fine splitting. He's a big boy. He's gonna take some damage, walk away, and heal it all back up. So I mean, top lane, it's just gonna be 2 people proccing grasps against one another. Mid lane, hey, our wave's cleared in 2 seconds. That was fun.
Right?
So it's just gonna which bot lane wants to be spicy.
Yeah, I
And
mean, mid lane's probably just gonna be like a shove and roam type situation, and I'm assuming Vex probably does that part better.
all right, so there's a little goof up in the draft.
Yep. Nothing we're totally unfamiliar with in the very well organized beer league. You know, we never make mistakes.
No, I can't think of any. Ever.
We're a perfect, well-oiled machine here.
One of the best, yeah. I don't know. I think what I'd like to see with actually, I don't know, because Jarvan, I was gonna say I want to see him like work mid more than he did last game. I think like once he blew the Vigar flash, he just wasn't able to connect. But then I was thought about, well, whenever someone dashes, Vex gets bonus damage on her next auto against them. So I'm like, Jarvan
Right.
going in, like, it's gonna stink. But I mean, if you get the Anivia follow up with the Q, then that auto's probably not even gonna come through, so you don't have to worry about it.
Right. I always am under the assumption that people put too much value on the whole like Vex's passive with people dashing. It's a little bit more damage, right? But like it's not game changing, I feel.
Right, it's not game changing. But I know that I really don't enjoy Yasuo or Yone into her. I found that out many times. Just because although in Beer League I have played a lot more just like zone control mid laners, I do enjoy the the assassin types, the let's have some fun, let's dash around and annoy people.
For sure, melee champs are just like hard to play Vex into Vex because she just holds her fear for when you try to go in and
Right.
uses her safe space personal bubble thing.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's what the champion's intended to do. She's gonna be like, you want to dive me? Well, that's your problem because I don't even like myself, so you're not gonna like me.
Very true and real.
All right, so you think GAM gets game 2?
I mean, based off a draft alone, I think so. I think it's just really hard to play RC's comp into GAM. Kaisa kind of wants somebody who's gonna dive in the back with her. Vex can do that if she hits the R on the back line, but when you have 3 people, I mean, GAM has 3 frontliners, so it's gonna be hard to actually hit an R onto like Tristan or Anivia.
Right.
If she can, then RC probably wipes the fight, but I think it's going to be very difficult to get the angle.
Yeah, I don't know. My thinking is Nautilus, he's got a go button. Like, he's hitting Q, he's going in. Jarvan, he's got a go button. Tristana's got a go button. Shen, he got follow-up. Anivia, she might be in the back by herself. So if the Vex can weave an ult through 4 other champions and hit the Anivia, like, that could be some troublesome.
Right.
And I don't know. I like the color of the draft for RC. It's a lot of blue and
They
purple.
are very cool colored.
Thresh, he's still a cool color, but
Yeah.
I think Shen or Anivia would fit the color scheme a little bit better.
A little bit.
GAM. And we got 2 blues, 2 reds.
They're kind of all over the place.
Yeah. So I don't know. Because of that reason, I might go RC on this one.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, cool. I can see RC winning if they get to a lead early. I think if the game goes late, I think GAM's got it just because of how much better their or easier their team fight is.
Yeah.
It's very straightforward.
Right.
You're just catching them.
I'm just thinking back to last week. I don't know. Trooper on his Vex. 2 triple kills. I think if he can like move around early again, it's gonna be really annoying.
Yeah.
For GAM to play into. And I mean, Donovan and you just got slapped. They played with a Vex player last season. They played with an Anivia player. They know how annoying these champions can be.
Right.
So it's kind of just be like, who can be more annoying? And I think it is going to come down to mid lane this game.
Yeah, I think mid will have a pretty big impact on not necessarily like how their lane goes, but how team fights play out.
Yeah.
All right, 2.5 minutes. I know you're getting you're rivaling Andrew on the whole like dad joke / whatever situation here. Do we have any more bangers for the night?
Let me take a Google at what I can find. Because I like to have the high quality ones, even if not everyone believes they're high quality.
It's got to pull out the Google Doc.
Yeah. I honestly go through like 50 jokes every morning just to pick one whenever school is in session. So I have summer off, so I haven't been looking lately.
Okay. I gotta keep you sharpened up here then.
Yeah. All right. So what do sprinters eat before a race?
I was gonna say Wheaties, but that's probably not the answer. What is it?
They eat nothing. They fast.
Okay. If they're good, they're fast.
Right. Yeah.
Solid one.
What did the cannibal get whenever he arrived late to the party?
Leftovers? I don't know.
You got the cold shoulder.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
No one's even in chat.
I know. No one's here. This sucks.
Yeah, I think Chef Biscuit might be wandering. He's there somewhere. Can't see anyone else.
There's always a lot more. It looks like we have a few bots or something.
Yeah.
Dakota may be in here.
Okay, I see Vixperion as well. He's so whenever I saw that Elias is here too. Yeah. All right, very nice. He showed up last night as well. I was surprised this season whenever I saw Vixperion as the sub for GAM. You know, I thought he was one of the top performing mid laners.
Probably just taking some time or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wouldn't have had a hard time finding a full-time roster spot, so.
No. And I mean, I know that he has played with Donovan, and you just got slapped, I think, 2 seasons in a row. So he's like, you know what? I'll be here when you guys need me.
Right.
Just let me know.
Honorable. Our rostered sub is my younger brother, who just so happens to be like bronze 2 or something. So if we need him, we might be in trouble, but you never know.
Yeah, that's okay.
I told him we'd put him on the roster just to get him a beer league title. Little championship title.
Yeah, those are pretty nice things to have, especially whenever it comes in mug form. It looks like we're gonna have a 5-man invade on the game side once
Yeah,
you switch up your
yeah,
scene.
I am jealous of the mugs that you guys have, the champion ones.
Yeah, I had to message the one of the commissioners and be like, "Hey, can we do this?"
I won a
It's like,
little
yeah.
too early before we. Oh,
Ooh,
it's a good hit.
slap! Oh my goodness, Pikachu committing the flash taunt.
Yep. Hey,
Wow.
you want to guarantee that first kill?
Right, anything for an assist for a top laner.
Yep.
I mean, luckily, as Shen, he does have a dash.
Yep.
So it's not going to be too important to have that flash available to him later on in the game.
Right.
Or I guess for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. And, I mean, probably not a lane where he's going to find himself needing to flash that early, so...
Right. One thing that was interesting, though, is Jarvan didn't base to like pick up a long sword or anything like that. And I think there was definitely enough time.
Yeah, I think so,
think
too. That's
the first
surprising.
blood was at 39 seconds.
Yeah,
They also
back,
didn't get it with deep
sword
ward.
or get some boots so you can move around your jungle faster.
Yeah, I mean, we got the 3-person, or I guess the 2-person leash coming in for Mercenary Wolf. Pathing from, I'm assuming from bot to top.
Yeah.
Might look mid. And I am Alan, just, starting out on his own.
Solo start, going top to bot. Oh, it's a red buff straight into bot lane.
Yeah.
I
mean, the thing is, Kaisa didn't use any sumps. Thresh with the great hook. Nautilus, though, with the interrupt, flash away coming out from the Thresh, including the ignite onto Jarvan.
That was a really good hold from Aloe on the Thresh there. He waited until Jarvan dropped his flag down and flashed that. If he flashed early, he might have gotten Jarvan EQ'd and went down. Oh.
Hit from slapped. One thing that I would have liked to see from Alan is just he'd be like, okay, I just saw Jarvan mess up everything. I'm gonna go take this top half of this jungle.
Yeah, that could have been really nice. To be honest, when I play jungle, I never really know when to counter jungle. And...
Scoop's forced to flash. That health pot keeping him alive, 38 HP. I'm sure it was a lot less than that.
Confidence right there. Having that like 3-4 stack bomb or whatever on you and be like, I can flash and live.
Yeah. I mean, he popped all of his health plants, or all of his health pots, so he will get back to like almost 3/4 HP. And just be able to push out this wave and possibly even the next.
3/4? How much are your health pots healing?
I don't know. I never buy health pots. Aren't they like 250? 120. 120.
There you go.
Okay. So, I mean, as an ADC, you don't have that much health.
Some ADCs start with like really high base health. I think he's got more than Thresh right now.
I mean, Kaisa at level 8, or at level 3 has 820. Thresh at 807. So yeah, I mean, she does have more HP than he does. But we gotta play... Malachi coming in, Thresh with a great
That's big.
hook,
Yep.
Scoops with a kill.
Yeah, if Maokai's level 6 engage range wasn't enough, how about he getting lanterned in and then being able to... I think I know the name of the ability, but not the letter. I think it's called Twisted Advance.
It's his W. Yeah, his W is definitely Twisted Advance. Yep.
Look at that. Game knowledge.
Yeah, I know everyone's key in what does what.
Okay.
So, the names I gotta work on. It's been a while.
What letter is Shen's Tauntaun?
I'm gonna say E is usually mobility, although it's also Rammus's taunt. I'm pretty sure.
It is Rammus's taunt, I believe. It's also Shen's taunt, though.
Okay.
Oh,
Here we
the
go.
wall.
Never mind.
Into
Oh,
the Nautilus.
nice hook. Fear could come out from Trooper. It doesn't. Ignite goes down. Trooper still lives. So Vermilion, that's where you got to remember. You have your egg passive. flash Q something.
Yeah, but you can't really go under tower with it, right? Because if he
So-
goes under tower, then Zag will get focused.
So you aren't 100% wrong there. But there's this one weird thing with Anivia passive is when if she teleports right before turning into egg,
Okay.
while in egg she continues
Still
to teleport.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean she could get out, and that's a whole lot.
That would have been
to
the
waste
very heads
to
up,
use on a kill.
think very far ahead play.
Yeah. But yeah, coming into this series, I didn't think it was going to be a tale of two junglers, but right now that's what it seems to be like. I mean, both of them are involved with the kills in this game. Obviously, J4's was on the invade. Malachi with the amazing twisted advance on the Thresh Lantern to get the, you just got slapped on the Nautilus down.
Yep. This time, I guess it's same player, but it's Shen as a champion getting his revenge and has the CS lead. Although Mundo's got a pretty big wave coming in here. Still gonna have a lead.
Yeah, I'm gonna path up top side, but then my game just froze because of that. So Mundo, he was able to create a nice little freeze up there,
Yeah.
at least. Shen does have TP if he wants to try and just get a crash, but
I don't know if maybe Shen thought that the jungler was on top side. Another gank coming in bot lane though here for RC. It's gonna be Tristana going down. Shen
and the Shen also
actually comes in time, but just in time
advance
for her to
under
die
the
anyway.
turret.
Oh,
Jarvan, Nautilus land that Q, very nice. Jarvan should be able to EQ that.
Anivia's on her way as well.
We're going down. Aloe getting knocked up. Please do not take that lantern, Scoobs. Thank you.
I don't think she has a way out of here though, and that's gonna be a what 3 for 1 for our
Yeah.
game.
3 for 1, and I like this because Tristana is starting to walk. She was going toward top, but I'm pretty sure Shen just said, hey, I have TP. Let me go there, you grab mid real quick.
Yep. And barring a steal from Vex here or something crazy, GAM was going to be taking down the first dragon of the game. Oh,
Ooh, but we have the ult coming in. Great use of the free stopwatch by Nautilus.
yep.
Vex does have the ult reset. Takes it on. Donovan still hitting mid though.
For
For
Vex.
somebody. There we go.
a little bit outside of that R reset timer, I think, for that last one, but yeah. Really good hit onto the Nautilus, and then able to wait out the stopwatch, finish him off, and go on to the Jarvan.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things coming in the game was I thought Trooper had to make some plays on the Vex, and that was plays right there.
But now we got what we mainly hit on, which is the mid laners, both now with 2 kills.
Right. So, yeah. So I mean, you and I, we're both very smart into this game. We know what teams are trying to do.
That's what I'm known for in the beer league, is being the top laner who thinks a lot.
Oh, Thresh with a great hook. Not gonna do much with it.
Just
but-
showing off.
Yeah. He's like,
I can hit those.
yeah.
Don't you just walk in front of my face, because I will hit those.
I will slow you down from where you want to go.
Yep.
All right, both bot lanes return to their home. I don't know. Looks like Thresh is gonna base. I think he completed his ward quest, at least the first half of it, but he's gonna be staying lane. Jarvan's gonna be trying to take the Rift Herald while Malachi is on his red buff.
What is Nautilus going? That item builds in that.
Evan
Shroud, right?
I'd assume Evan Shroud just because of his easy CC, auto attack, alt, Q, anything you need.
Right.
And I mean, if you get bonus damage on somebody, like with the Tristana Q, or Tristana E with the Bomba,
Bumble.
it's just nice. And Jarvan actually did skip the Harrow, but he got the Crab while he was over there.
Okay. And Mundo's found his way back into the farm. Not at such a deficit, I believe, off of the back of Shen using his ulti down to bot lane, but Shen also got 4 assists off of that.
Right. And I mean, the top lane gold difference is only 2,000 or 200.
Okay,
So it's not even that big. It's only 2,000. Only 200. So it's not too bad for not Riley. Mundo has been landing a whole lot of Qs though. So a lot of skewers going down, just chunking Pikachu. That's what you like to see. I am Alan looking for a nice little gank. He's got all. I'm not sure if he's started out.
No, I'm pretty sure I've heard people call that guy Riley, but his name very clearly indicates that he's not Riley. So
yeah, so it doesn't make sense as to why people call him Riley. Like that's just kind of a jerk move.
Yeah, pretty confusing.
Yeah. All right, looks like, I mean, this is something that I'm liking right here, is both supports going mid lane. Like, hey, my ADC, they're not in lane yet, I might as well make a move around the map. Thresh, I got Mobies, let's do something. Nautilus with the plays. Goodbye, Thresh.
Perfect time for Nautilus to peek his head out there and say hello.
Hardly knew you. There should be a dead Vex as well.
Nowhere for her to go in the Cataclysm.
No, especially with no flash, no ult to even just try and link up with somebody else. It should be a free Herald. I do like how Dunvan's moving up.
I think it might be a little overcommitted. Kai'Sa's probably going to get a plate or two off of this.
It's looking like she should get one just with Shen moving down toward bot.
Yep.
So I'm guessing Vermilion's going to base here on Anivia, just walk mid, TP mid, and they're just going to move this Herald toward top side.
Well, looks like they might be looking towards Mundo.
Yeah. Tristana has other ideas though.
I love
they get this
Nautilus
CC
just
off.
walk up and clap. Take that.
Right. Ooh, we got some CC onto Shen. I don't know if it's gonna be enough though.
Oh.
Ignite is popped. A few plates went down.
Yet.
No. A few plates went down.
Yep.
ADC gold difference still about 900, now 1,000 in Scoobs' favor.
I'm so how did it? Wow, I'm surprised they only got one plate top lane with that Rift Herald.
Yeah.
There's advance coming now. Shenar down
advance.
with the Jarvan.
Ooh, Anivia got stuck too. So I mean that's could be a problem. Ooh, Vex takes the lantern, but she gets stuck in the Anivia wall as well. Ghost coming out for Mundo.
Oh,
Scoobs with the
snipe.
The snipe. I forget what it's called. It's her W ability. The Void Seeker.
Void Seeker.
Yeah, coming out. One thing to note is that Scoobs is going for the AD Kai'Sa, so he's not going to be just spamming W's and going for the kills.
I think that's a smart move with having Maokai, Mundo, and Vex on your team. You're kind of lacking some in the AD department.
Right. I mean, the one thing with Kai'Sa is if you just get a Gnasher's Tooth, that does upgrade her W completely.
Okay.
And that does give her the almost refresh cooldown on her W if she does connect it.
I wouldn't be surprised if he might sneak that in.
Yeah, right now it looks like just to be Navori Quick Blades as the second mythic item. Or as the second item, first mythic, obviously.
Top laners trading Heartsteel procs there.
Yeah, Shen definitely got his Heartsteel a lot earlier with 103 stacks to 27. Or maybe it's just been he's left top lane.
Maybe. I know Shen also started Ruby Crystal and like not D-Shield, so that always lets you get there a little bit quicker.
Okay. Alright, Lovable Lily in the chat. Who are we rooting for? We're rooting for both teams
I'm rooting
to
for
have
FTC win.
I just want a great series, great games.
I don't know if you know that one. It's before your time, but
I think it is before my time.
season 2.
It's way before my time.
Season 2, my theme was FTC for the colony.
Gotcha.
It was kind of a meme, so everybody was always typing FTC win. But it didn't happen too often.
Alright, who do we want to win? I think... I mean, I guess for myself personally, if I predicted GAM to win in running it down, I want them to win here so it's a 1-1.
You lose less points.
And that I don't lose any points.
Or
It's
is
a
it
0
zero?
point.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to look for. But down goes Maokai. Vex is unable to hit her ult onto the Tristana.
Just
She
why?
can't follow that up. So it's like, way to waste your ultimate. But
Just wasted it.
GAM should be recalling here with Kaisa, Thresh, and Vex. That should be enough to be like, hey, Gnarlus, you might want to back up.
Well,
But we got
she's
the wonderful wave
reinforcements.
clear bird.
Got a Nivea coming and Jarvan's waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
It's pretty fancy Nivea skin.
I believe it's Papercraft Anivia.
Hmm.
Or no, maybe not. Maybe that's Divine Song or whatever.
I don't think there's any way for us to check, is there? Well, either way.
Other than pregame.
Kaisa is
so.
appearing to be caught up, but Thresh is OP.
Thresh's Lantern. As long as you click it, it's an amazing ability.
True.
But
That is one
as
of
somebody,
the requirements of it.
yeah. And I play him a lot in ranked because support's an easy role.
Sure.
And I have
Like
some
for-
Eternals for Thresh, and one of them is just called Click. And it's just
How many
teammates
times
have
people
clicked
taken
on your
your
lantern.
lantern?
Yeah.
I wish there was like Eternals like against champions. Like how many times has your lantern been pink warded? See where
Yeah.
the gamers are at.
I like. All right, Vixperian has joined the chat. He's rooting for GAM. He's rooting for his squad.
What? Why would you root for GAM? Come on, it's not like you have any reason to vote for them.
I mean, he's seeing an Anivia played, so I think that's just tugging out of his heartstrings just enough.
Lovable Lily must be a Vex fan. Says they're rooting for RC because they have Vex and no other reason.
Ooh, good flash by Vermilion. I think he is going to go into passive, but
Yeah,
you
they
know
did.
what?
Well, the tower
I
goes
didn't think
down,
she
we
was
got
gonna go
Maokai
down.
are. Oh.
Ooh, that's a pressure cooker right there. The Cataclysm
That's
with
Shen.
Anivia ult. Shen keeps the Jarvan alive, keeps the
Oh.
Dream alive.
Vex just getting caught by the tip of the anchor. She's going
Just the
down.
tip.
Just the
Can
tip.
do a lot of damage.
Can.
Looks like this is going to be a nice Inferno Dragon for GAM. And I mean, this game's very even. It's only about 800 gold difference.
Yep.
And if we try and see where that is,
Mid lane for GAM
Mid
is
lane.
up 1900. But then we got ADC for RC up 18. So,
yeah. So I mean, it's just a close game.
yep. And
Two
you guys
dragons
getting
in favor
very
of GAM.
spooky though. Oh, that sweeper just peeped them out there. Avoided
They
it for sure death.
Yeah. Alright, you just got slapped. Good job knowing that Thresh is going to be there. He pokes in that Thresh. Down he goes, taken down by Donovan. It's only at one item. There's a Kaisa too, but I think Kaisa's like, guys, we don't win this. Let's just
Right.
go waves.
Yep.
But I think Trooper might have something else on his mind. I don't know who just got that. Okay, GAM is able to claim the Herald.
Secured it.
this game is definitely a lot slower paced than the previous game in game 1 whenever RC took the win.
Yep.
But it's definitely not without action.
For sure.
You know, like there's definitely high moments when Vex is trying to make a play or when Aloe's coming in with the thresh hooks.
Yep. Fights getting turned by Shenars, the classic.
And one neat thing to notice is Jarvan, Anivia, and Nautilus all part of 9 of their team's kills.
Yep.
So if GAM is going to get a kill, it's going to be with those 3 in the vicinity. So if you see one of them, you can expect
another one at least.
Yeah. So that means just run.
The hooks hit at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there it is. Jarvan, Nautilus,
And Anivia.
Olivia.
Alright, Elias said whoever Zesty isn't rooting for, he'll root for.
He's rooting for RC then.
Alright, Vex
That's
just
again,
misses the
sorry.
ultimate. Shen with the ult coming
Shen are
in.
a little late. Or just not enough shield.
Where was that? A Shen ult? Because I still see it available for him.
Oh, never mind. That was a Seraph shield. That's gonna be
Oh, right.
confusing.
Yeah.
I just saw a fat shield on Anivia and I'd assume.
Turns out she's a whole lot of mana to for that shield.
Yeah. Mundo might go down. Shen should engage on this, yeah.
Oh, good buster shot.
Yeah. Very well played from
Tristana.
Donovan.
Now, unfortunately, Anivia is down without teleport. So I think it should just be a mid push coming out here, get the lanes rolling. Dragon is up in a minute and a half. Hopefully the teams are going to get some deep vision, either on Baron side.
We have a European disconnect. Although
He's
it looks
back,
like
though.
it was back immediately. Or we get the late
We get
pause.
the nice little pause, yeah. All right, so Zesty, how does RC come back into this game? I mean,
Let's see.
it is only a
close.
1k gold difference, but it just feels like so much more than that.
I think RC has to just find picks. They don't want to team fight like whatsoever at this point. I don't think it's gonna be all about them finding a pick. They have the tools to do it. They got good pick tools with Maokai and Kaisa going in on them and Vex able to follow it up as well. So I think pick is gonna be the way to do it.
And one thing that I didn't think about yet is I'd like to see just like Vex and Kaisa move in tandem. Where if Vex can land an ult into a fear, Kaisa just follows that right up and they can pick anybody off outside of Shen probably.
I mean, with those two, even he's killable. I think if they get a 2v1, it should be resulting in a kill.
And I mean, Vermilion on the Anivia, he does have the egg passive available. It looks like we are going to have a nice dragon fight. I'm not sure if Riley's going to TP down or not. I would hope so. But Thresh is getting picked out early. Here does come the Mundo. Out comes the Maokai ultimate.
Vex is on her way. Vex is resetting. There she goes on to the...
Donovan should go down here. Yeah.
She resets onto Anivia. Gets the egg down here. Yeah.
Egg should... Oh, great twisted advance by the Maokai to dodge that Anivia stun.
Really solid fight there for RC.
And just like that, what do we say? They should definitely team fight, definitely take that team fight.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it
know,
just kind of
that's-
ended up perfect to where Thresh, I think, kind of got most of the stuff blown on him, and then he stopwatched. And it bought just enough time for Mundo to get in there, be the big front line he needed to be, and then Vex landed some resetting R's on some important targets.
Yeah, I think the Vex and the Kai'Sa just being able to work in tandem with all that crowd control that their team has makes it a lot easier. And Thresh getting the free stopwatch, massive, super huge. And he sold it right away. He's like, all right, I used you. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Yep. It's a good
See you
one
later.
little one use kind of thing for anyone who takes that inspiration tree. It's a lot of stuff in there is not the best maybe, so that's a good one to pick up.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Hex Flash on Thresh. I don't use it that often. But I mean, as a Thresh, you're going to be going in.
Right.
So if you take the second Q, you might be like, why did I do that? And that's where that nice little stopwatch comes in handy.
Yep. Alright, I will be right back. I'm gonna go for like 2 minutes.
All right. Good luck. All right, so in those 2 minutes, we will have Baron probably falling or at least being attempted as long as one team can get a takedown. We see GAM noticing Vex trying to clear some vision, and they immediately ping their way over there. Mundos does not have teleport, so I'm not sure why he's in the bot lane, unless he's just planning on pushing the whole time and not going to be in the Baron fight. In fact, he's using the Void Seeker just to see if anyone is on Baron or not. Nivea is on wave clear duty, but you know what? She's probably the best champ for it. Alright, both teams pushing toward mid lane just to get some more vision onto the map. Slapped is down in vision by a little bit under 40, about 36 or so. So I'd like to see him try and get some deeper wards or else wards in the appropriate area, like on RC's blue buff or just up near Baron, because that is the next objective.
Anything
Mundo.
exciting happen?
You missed a whole lot of nothing.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Mundo actually stole the blue buff from GAM's side, so Anivia doesn't have just free press R ability right now.
That is definitely rough.
Just teams trying to get some vision down, trying to deny vision on Baron.
Yep.
Nothing at the moment. Mundo now does have his teleport back up. So I mean, there was a nice minute window whenever he didn't, but GAM just didn't want to pull the trigger on that one.
Gotcha. GAM pinging Drake coming up. Soul point for either team.
Right, and I think this is one where you could have like a Kai'Sa or a Tristana just piling, like just shooting the Drake the whole time, and have your jungler maybe near mid, just to be like, all right, you don't know where our fifth player is. You know, like, are they right behind us? Are they Dragon Pit? And if you move one way, we'll just go and take the other one.
Yep.
But I guess RC doesn't have as much damage with, like, toward the Baron objective without Kai'Sa.
Right.
Whereas with Vermilion on the Anivia, he can just press R. Alright, Baron. Cool. Nice health you
RC does
had.
lack a bit of objective damage if Kai'Sa's not there.
And I mean, Kai'Sa's at 4 items right now, compared to Tristana's 2.5.
Wow.
So
That is very scary.
it's pretty scary. Thresh getting caught out again, though. So it's a tale of two games for Thresh. I mean, he had a fantastic game last game.
Yeah, he's just been getting hit by every Nautilus hook to start these out.
Yeah. But it looks like we are gonna have another late fight popping. A lot of flashes being burnt down. Kaisa just escaping with her life.
Vex is terrorizing the entire back line of GAM though currently.
Okay, I did not zoom out to see all of that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Vex hit an ult onto a clumped up Tristana, Nautilus, and Anivia.
It looks to be Soul Point. Yeah, I could see this turning into a Baron as well. After resets come in. I think with at least 20 seconds.
No, maybe not.
Ooh.
Last coming up.
Go upwards. Oh no. Alright, Nivea should go down.
That ice chicken. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Alright, and this should be an easy Baron
Yep.
for RC. So if I am... I just want to make sure that they were going for that. So if I am GAM, I mean, Jarvan's the only one that should be going toward Baron. Like, no one else is going to be able to steal it. But just get mid and top pushed. Like, get those waves pushed. Thresh does take the lantern, brings Maokai along with him, but they're like, that's cool, we don't have to push any further.
Surprised they didn't go in on that. I mean, Anivia's dead, so it's definitely a fight they should know they have the numbers for.
She is dead. Kaisa and Vex ults did come up just now.
Okay.
So they weren't readily available on that fight. But I think if they were available, I think it's just, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Well, it is hard for anyone else to get over, so.
I mean, but Mundo, he can go where he pleases.
Can't go through
So I
walls.
guess it's fair.
Unless you're playing
Unless-
into arena mode and you have
right.
Ghost Walkers.
I was just about to say that.
That mode's fun. I enjoy it.
It is not for me, is what I found out.
No?
It's, I don't know why. I just
See,
can't.
since I started playing League, I've always just been like, I want to permanently fight, and that is exactly what that happens to be, so.
That's how I started out in League, and then mid lane, it's, I don't know. I found out you can't just always do that because there's always a jungler, and they're not always on your team. I mean, top lane, you got a nice
See,
little
that's
island.
what one of my mains is, a champion that can get stronger when another person shows up, being allowed.
Okay. Right. I really do want to play Alawi mid this season. Depending on like what else gets picked.
I definitely need to play her more. I had some bad luck with her like a couple seasons ago in Beer League, so it left a bad taste in my mouth, but I'm ready to give it another go.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if I play against Richie's middle sticks, I'll pull out an Alawi, you know. Just why not? But now we're getting the 1-3-1 coming out from RC. Just let the cannon minions do their thing. Pretty stock standard.
Yeah.
And I think Vex should be able to kill the Shen right here. Nice, gets easy kill. She should be able to move over toward the mid lane fight as well.
Oh,
Hits the Tristana. Oh, Tristana with a Buster Shot, but I think with Nautilus going down, the Vex all, I guess, doesn't reset in time.
They TP the Mundo in here.
Yeah, so this should be game. Mundo's ghosting toward that turret. Scoob says, hold on, objectives, we have stats this season, let me get that.
Yeah, really well played by RC. I think both games they kind of had the harder comp to pull off, but they made it work.
Yeah, I mean, this game they definitely had the color scheme going for them with the cool colors. They were all in sync there.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think Trooper on Vex is just going to be really scary this entire season. He's shown that he can pilot it really well. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen it banned, but I mean, he didn't play at game 1, so why are you going to ban at game 2? But I think it's definitely a strong champ for him.
RC getting their bounce back. Week 1 they went 0-2, so this week they get their 2-0 win. Next week GAM's gonna look forward to taking down their first dub. So
Yeah, so next week, game is going to be playing against one of the favorites, Ass.
okay.
So we'll see how that goes against my Bacchosaur, seeing that we haven't seen them on the Rift just yet.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I think these teams both played really well. GAM, they're kind of doing that thing that one has done the past 2 seasons, where they start out slowly,
Mm-hmm.
and then try and just find out like what is their thing, like
Right.
how do they want to play exactly. And then like once they do find that stride, they are a terrifying team.
Very true. Very true. All right. It was a good series. Thanks for co-casting.
Thanks for having me.
Everyone who watched, hope you enjoyed it, and we're gonna bounce.
See ya.
Bye bye.